Let me create a document for you. It is not necessary. $24, right? So page. Page is a property. Page is a property which holds properties of a class. Page refers to a class. So look at here. See, so far we have created one screen. We have created properties. So properties, first name, last name, age, gender, state, city, zip code, all these properties we have created it straightforward in framework class, right? So instead of this, these properties, first name, last name, I have used in customer form. As it is, these properties I cannot use for any other person like employee, director, because same properties you cannot use for 2-3 people. That is not possible. Each of them should have unique properties. Now, if I have to achieve that requirement using one property for different purposes, that is possible by holding the property on different pages. Same property holding on different pages, it makes the property as a different one. So how do you make it? So how do you create properties? How do you create a page holding some of the properties? So that is what we are going to discuss now. See, okay. So let us go ahead and straightforward see how to create properties and pages for the properties. Okay. So now creating page. This is what we are going to work on. So if you want to go ahead and create a page, first you should have one class with properties available. Then if you create page, you can refer the page to that particular class. So the example that I am going to give you is, the requirement that I am going to give you is, so look at here, create a class, I'll write down this way, create a data class. I'll explain you what is data class. For create a data class with vehicle properties, These properties should be reused for different types of vehicles, like personal vehicle, commercial vehicle, etc. Personal vehicle, commercial vehicle, etc. You have to go ahead and reuse these properties. What are the properties generally? Vehicle identification number. This is one property. A vehicle will have vehicle identification number, company, model, make, year, when this has been made. Like this, you need different properties. Make, year. See, these are the properties which are related to vehicle. So now these properties I have to create in a separate class. If I want to reuse into pages, you should have these properties created in one class. From there, you can go ahead and reuse into pages, having different pages. So now this is just an example, just part of business requirement only. Let me show you how to create. So in this I am talking about data class. So what is data class, I'll tell you before we proceed. See, look at here, we have STFM, state FM, work. This is called work class. This is called generically work class. See, when this class has been created, yeah, this class has been created whenever a new application has been created. Suppose if I backspace this and see, parallel to work you have data, STFM, state FM, data is there. Now this was also been created at the time of application creation. We did not create it. Now this class is called as data layer. It is data class. Your work class will inherit from work dash class. Similarly, data class inherits from data dash class. So this data classes definition. This data classes inherits from data dash class. See, the purpose of data classes. The purpose of data classes is to maintain reusable roles. It can be property or it can be anything. So as of now, it is properties, let's say. To maintain the reusable properties and reusable classes, which are out of inheritance. Again, which are out of inheritance. So look at here in the diagram. Okay, then snipping tool open, yes. Okay. See, you have STFM, right? Topmost class is STFM. Under STFM, what you have? State FM. Under state FM, you have work. Similarly, you have data. See, this is the connection. Now, for your work class, state FM is parent, state STFM is parent. What about data class? Is this parent class or is it at least there in the inheritance path of work class? There is no relation. See, if it is there in the inheritance, rules can be straight away used, that you know, right? Suppose if I have a property in state FM, can we use that property into work class? Straightforward, you can use it. If we have a property in STFM, can we use that property in work class? Straightforward. If I have a property in data class or any class that is available under data class, let's say vehicle property, let's say win. Can I use win property in work class directly? Why it is not possible? It is not there in the inheritance now, but still I can use it. How to use it is, I will create a page here. Let's say page 1, which will refer to STFM hyphen state FM hyphen data hyphen vehicle. It will refer to this class. When it refers to this class, now this page will have access to these properties. Page 1 dot win. Similarly, can I create another page? Page 2. Page 2 referring to same class. If I create page 2 referring to same class, I will also get page 2 dot win. Am I reusing win property in work class in different ways? Now here page 1 dot win and page 2 dot win, both are same or different? Both are different, but win is same, coming from same place. But when it comes to access level, page 1 dot win is completely different from page 2 dot win, because the references are different. This is clear, everyone? So this is how you will so suppose if the property is there in the inheritance path, should you have to create a page? So if it is not there in the inheritance path, if you want to reuse those things, you can reuse by using pages. Those rules you can reuse by using pages, creating multiple different pages. Now see, this is called data classes. This is called this one, STFM, state FM, data, vehicle. This is called data classes. And this is work classes, work layer, data layer. Generally we used to call it like that. Now any reusable classes out of inheritance, if you want to create, you have to create under data layers. You have to create under data classes. This is clear, everyone? So let me go ahead and give the screenshot, and here you go. So before page itself, I'll talk about data classes. See, when we create new application, apart from work class, PRPC also creates a data class which derives are inheritance, both are same. Deriving or inheriting, which derives from OOTP class. What is the class name?
Data dash.
Clear? Data dash. Now, in our application, PRPC has created this class. Not only this, there are other different data layers will be available. I'll talk about other data layers later. Okay. So, in our application, I'll write down all. In our application, PRPC has created multiple data layers. What are the multiple data layers? You see here, there is another data, right? There is another data layer. This is one data layer, comma, this is another data layer, comma, framework level also you should have. FW data is there. So one is created, this is called organization data layer. This is, let me write down here. This is organization data layer or data class, you call it generally. Okay. This one is called implementation data class. This is implementation data class, and this is
Framework data class.
This is framework data class. Super. This is framework data class. This is clear, everyone? Like, why these many data classes? Suppose anyway these are not in inheritance. One data class is fair enough, right? Why these many again is? See, it's called data modeling, where you defines what level of access purpose you are creating. Organization data class, if I am creating, meaning that anywhere throughout the application, I am going to reuse that. It is throughout application level. If I am creating implementation, means anything which I'm going to reuse within the implementation, I will use implementation level data layer. Anything which I want to reuse across multiple implementations of a framework, then I'll use framework data layer. So like this is just a data modeling. See, I will not do all this. I will always use only organization data layer, and I want to reuse anywhere, I'll reuse. Create a page anywhere, I can reuse. I can do that. If I have to do that, I can do it. But the data modeling or the data structure that you define should be clearly understandable to other developers, and it should make some sense of what level of scope that you are going to access the rules within your classes, like class structure. This is called as class structure, together everything. There are many other classes. So that will be identified by, suppose if you are creating a role in organization class, what does that mean? Suppose you are creating a rule in organization class. What does that mean? You are using that rule everywhere in your application. If you are creating a rule in framework, that means you are going to reuse that rule, throughout multiple implementations of the specific framework. If you are creating a rule only in implementation, means that is specific to that particular implementation, you are going to use it. You will not share it to other implementation. Same is applicable for data layers also. So organization data layer, let me go ahead and show you here. This is framework, right? Data class we generally call. Look at here. So history, this is class definition of this. Oh, I think they are not giving properly now. Previously they used to give, like FW data class and all, they used to give. So let me go ahead and show you in another way. Like inheritance, if I choose, it will display inheritance. Look at here. This is the one. This is called framework data class, correct? You can see here description. This was used to write in history previously. Framework data class. Similarly, If you go to this one, this is called organization data class. Similarly, for implementation, if you go, you see implementation data class. So as per the reusability of access level, you will create in specific data classes. Data classes will not be there in the inheritance path of your class group, work class. It will not be there in the inheritance path of work. Will it be there or it will not be there? For work classes, data classes are there in the inheritance path?
No.
It is out of inheritance. When anything is out of inheritance, still you want to use those rules, you need to create a page. Okay, let me go ahead and give this diagram also. Let me write down this. Everyone clear about data classes? I mean, like here I am going to write down all the data classes. All the data classes derives from OOTB class data dash. Again, I am writing all the data classes. OOTB class data dash. Okay, so all the data classes are out of inheritance path with respect to what?
Work class.
Work class, correct. With respect to work class, you can see the diagram below. One I have written, that is fair enough. Okay, it is out of inheritance. If any rules, it's not only properties, if any rules which are available in data classes, if we want to reuse, if you want to use or access, if you want to access into work classes, how we should proceed? We need to create a page, create pages in work class. Those pages refers to data classes. Those pages refers to data classes. So you will create page in work class which will refer to data class. It will hold the properties of data class or rules you can access. Rules we'll talk about later. So this makes sense, everyone? So now we are going to see page and data class properties. Data class properties and page properties. So page is also property. Okay, I'll tell you now. So look at here now. This is the requirement that we have. I will tell you how to create a class. See, the options also I'll give you. First, we will create, as per our requirement, we will create a data class vehicle which will hold vehicle properties. I will take all text properties on. Okay, vehicle properties which I want to reuse in work class for personal vehicle as well as commercial vehicle. First, creating a data class. I will show you one of the option. Reading the option, you need to tell me what is the meaning of that. Okay, so let me go ahead and see in which data layer I want to create class. Now creating a data class under which layer? It's up to you. Is framework or organization or implementation, depends on your business requirement, the level of access. Let's create in framework under FW data layer. That is clear, everyone? FW data layer. So what is FW data layer? Not this one. FW
Data.
this one, right? So you know how to access these classes, right?
Yeah.
So now this is the navigation to create a class. You will right click on the class, create sysadmin category, sysadmin class. And few other points I have to write. I will write down later whenever we work on tables. So here you go. And after this, you need to give a dot hyphen. Give me 1 minute. Here, give a hyphen. And what is the name of the class? Vehicle. Copy this and paste here on the label portion also. Same way. So this is framework context. Are we choosing this before also? Framework application context, correct? And now create and open. You know this create and open and all. Now there are some of the options which we need to choose. This is concrete class. Why these classes are concrete, I will tell you later, not now. As of now, you follow it. And version is 010101. This one also I'll explain you later. These two you need to follow to give concrete class and version 010101. Now, this class, it is not class group. We know what is class group already. This class does not belong to class group. Can you tell me the meaning of this sentence? Yeah, it is very simple. It is not in this class is not in the inheritance path of class group. Does not belong to class group at all. Meaning that it is not in the inheritance path of the class group. It is pretty straightforward. Can you tell me this option also? Belongs to class group means? Belongs to a class group.
Inheritance part of work.
ఇది ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ పాత్ కాదు కదా, ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ పాత్ అని చెప్పదు. కొంచెం ఆలోచించాం. యూ థింక్ అబౌట్ ఇట్ అండ్ టెల్ మీ ద ఇంగ్లీష్ మీనింగ్స్, సెంటెన్స్ మీనింగ్. No. See, I'll tell you. Class group means class group. Class group as a center point, you think about it. Class group is a class group. Does not belong to class group means which is not in the inheritance path of class group. Belongs to class group means correct. So child class of class group. Belongs to class group means child class of class group. We'll be working on that later, not now. Okay. See, when you create a class, always history tab is mandatory. You have to write some. See, for every rule, you should write description and usage in the history tab. What is the purpose? Other developers will come to know the purpose of the rules from the history only. If you are not writing proper description, other people cannot understand. Developers, it will be difficult for them to understand. Okay. For Pega OOTP rules also, I'll show you the description will be there. So this is vehicle data class. This is the description. Let's say usage is this vehicle class holds reusable properties of different types of vehicles. Correct? So other developers can understand now clearly what is the purpose of all this. Now you save it. Save this. Done. Created. So class is created. Now you should be able to access that class. If you refresh here, you should be able to access that class. Let me pin this class. I do not want to access it every time. I have pinned it. So I can access from here itself. Okay. Now creating properties. Create properties. Choose create properties. You don't know this way to create properties, right? Previously, you know, right click data model property. So now creating properties. This is another way to create properties. Just straight away you can learn. There is nothing technical in this. Create properties. Right click on the class and create properties. See, now it will give you a wizard where you can add multiple properties at a time. It will give you some of the predefined properties. Create, date time, create. You don't bother about this. Leave about all this. We'll come across with this later. Now this is the screen that gets created. Now click on add field. Add field. Let's click on add field. It will ask you label. What is the label? Win. And ID also same. Text property. One property I've added. Again you click on add field. Win after. What is the next property? Company andi. Company. Vehicle type and akkada cheppaledu nenu. Sir, pedithe pettachchu. I want to go at vehicle type. That will come in transaction detail screen, which we will be working on later. Okay. Model and make year. Make year. Make year. I want to take it integer. It's not text. Let me take it integer property. Save this. So now once you save this, on top of the screen you see save button. See, if you refresh this now, if you refresh it, where is it?
Down.
So if you refresh, you should see the properties came. 4 properties created. So using this wizard, you can add multiple properties without navigating again and again at one place. You want to change this also, you can change. I will show you again later. when we are creating other properties. Okay now. So like this, I have created properties now in the STFM vehicle class. I want to go back to work class. Where is my work class? This is my work class. Okay, I will not go to this work class. I will go to framework work class. Where is it? Now this is done. This is done. See now create two page properties in FW work class. Those refers to above vehicle class. Above vehicle class. Now look at here. I'm going to create two page properties. Create data model property. Same navigation as property. So look at here now. Property name is personal vehicle. Personal vehicle. This is one property I want to create. I'm sorry, hang on. It is chosen correctly. Okay, everything is correct. Personal vehicle. And here property type. What is the property type?
Page.
Single page. You need to choose. It's a page type of property. So page is also one property. So far what we have seen is single value property. Single value property means which will hold a value. Page property holds properties, other properties. So single page, look at here, single page, it will ask you to which class this page should refer to. My page should refer to STFM
Data.
this class, correct? This is the class which I want to refer this page. Done. So now if you look at here, I'm sorry here. I will come to this. I will create another property anyway. So look at here. Now if you go to data model property, do we have page property created? See, normal properties do not have an icon before that, like expand icon, but page property has expand icon. If you click on expand icon of page property, you have company, model, maker, everything is available, right? How come? Because this page is referring to, but actually where did we create company, model, maker? Company, model, maker we have created in data class, but those are accessible now into work class by using page, even though it is not there in the inheritance. Similarly, we'll create, you will understand the navigation now. Similarly, create commercial vehicle page property. Again, one more time, same navigation. I am creating a property, create commercial vehicle. Commercial vehicle. This time it is commercial vehicle. And here you go, property type is single page and the class is same. This one. Save this. Done. Close this. Data model property. Now you have how many properties? How many page properties are there? Personal vehicle. But both of these page properties referring to same class, right? If you expand personal vehicle, you have win company model maker. If you expand commercial vehicle, you have win company model maker. Now here, personal vehicle dot win refers to personal vehicles. So if you want to use win property for personal vehicle, you will access it, use it through the reference of personal vehicle page. If you want to use the same property for commercial vehicle, you will use a reference of commercial vehicles. Make sense, everyone? So how to use these properties in UI? Okay, we are going to do that now. Single value properties, you know how to use in section. You drag and drop simply, done, completed. Now page properties you cannot drag and drop simply like what we have done before. So you have to do the reverse. I'll show you how to do it. Okay. Up to this, everyone clear? Can you tell me what is the purpose of page property now? Pages. Huh? If you want to reuse, if you want to access data class rules, it's not only properties, it can be anything. You need a page, which is not there in the inheritance. If it is not there in the inheritance, you can go ahead and use page reference. Then you can access the rules of that. In this case, it is properties, which we are accessing. Okay. Now, how to create a section? We are going to see how to design user UI using page properties. How to design UI using? So today you are not even required to write down the requirement. Okay, write down the requirement. Now spellings. How to design UI using by normal properties, you know how to design. Page properties, little difference, that's it. Okay, write down the business requirement, create a new screen, create a new screen. So previous requirement also you want to write down this one, which this requirement also you want to note down or not required?
Not
I will
required.
send it up. Okay, not required. Okay, so create a new screen, create a new screen to capture personal vehicle details. To capture personal vehicle details. Create a new screen to capture personal vehicle details. What are personal vehicle details? VIN company, model, make, year. You can write down VIN company, model, make, year. If you go through document, you have already these properties. VIN company, model, make, year. Next property is brand new vehicle. Checkbox. Is brand new vehicle. This is checkbox. One more property you write down. One more property. Okay, otherwise we'll do this later. As of now, up to 4 properties enough. VIN company, model, make, year. We will add brand new vehicle, prior insurance, prior insurer, other insurer. Like this, we'll add sometime later. 4 properties enough. VIN company, model, make, year. That's it. In next in next requirement, I'll come up with brand new vehicle and all. Okay. So now we have already page properties available. Create a new screen to capture personal vehicle details. So screen means which rule you have to create? Section. Now creating section. Okay. Use the existing page. Use the existing page. What is the page name? Personal
Information.
vehicle. This is already page available, right? I'm going to use this. Now creating section. You know how to create a section?
Yes.
Yeah, you know how to create a section. In framework class, right click create user interface section. So here, what is the name of the section? Personal vehicle info SEC. Let's say personal vehicle info section. Create and open. Here you go. So here you go. Now you simply generally what we do is we drag and drop the properties, right? Like this, you go ahead. Generally we drag and drop. Now it will not accept because when I drag and drop VIN alone, your section is part of work class, but your VIN is not part of work class. VIN is from data class, which is not there in the inheritance file. It will not accept. So now definitely if you want to access this, what is required? Page is required. What is the name of the page? Personal vehicle. You can write down the same name here and click OK. It will work. But this approach is wrong. This approach is not recommended. Okay, I will tell you. Now what you have to do is drag and drop the empty controls. Drag and drop the empty controls and map those controls back to properties, page properties, back to page properties. This is what I am going to do now. Map those properties back to page properties. Look at here now. So your controls are already available here in basic dropdown. So I want to take all text input only, right? So drag and drop text input, drag and drop here. Similarly, you can copy paste 4 text input controls. Okay, drag and drop 4 text input controls. Okay, now drag and drop 4 text input. Now double click on first control. Double click on first control. When you double click, this control should be mapped to a property. When you drag and drop single property also, look at here, suppose single value, right? It will come. If you drag and drop this, double click on this, this is mapped. This control is mapped to property. Same we are doing in a reverse way. That's it. Nothing new. Just double click on this, you will see this pop up, where you need to select the property. Which property? Click the down arrow, you should see personal vehicle, right? You need to click the down arrow, you should see personal vehicle. Now you choose personal vehicle. This is personal. Once you choose personal vehicle, it will not show you win and all. So after this, you give a dot. Give a dot. So if you give a dot here, dot, you should be able to access the rest of the properties. And now what is the property? Win. You know how to access now? Page properties. Page dot property. For page also, before dot is there, don't bother about it. Submit. Now this is the way you map to win properties. Okay, and next one is similarly personal vehicle dot company. ఏంటన్నారు అన్నీ ఒకేసారి రావు వస్తే ఎందుకు make here
Last one, integer property, right?
yeah, see, even though it is integer, control is text box only. Sorry, it looks like text box only, but it will accept only integer values. Control, it can be px texting instead of text input only. No problem, leave it. It will accept input values as integers only. Save this. You can align it properly. You know how to align, right? Do you know how to align? I will align like this. Stacked with, you have many other options. You play around all the options. It is just a selection and seeing how it is being visible. This time. It will be visible. Like, save this. Completed. This has been saved. This is how you can create user interface using page properties. Similarly, can I create another section for commercial vehicle properties? We will do it whenever we come across with commercial vehicle. Okay, this is clear, everyone. Simply what we have done previously, same we have done, creating UI only, but previously single value properties. This is page properties. Okay, so let's proceed now. Okay, so let's proceed now, and further we'll work on extension of the requirement. Okay. Okay, so before we proceed with the next requirement, let me tell you something about when rules. So we'll discuss about when rules and visibility conditions. Otherwise, we'll redesign the same screen and then we'll discuss about when rules. We'll redesign the same screen. First of all, we'll redesign. Page properties, you know, right? Further write down requirement. Next requirement. We'll get more practice. To the above section, to the above section, to the above screen, to the above section or screen, to the above screen, add two more properties. Add two more properties. Is brand new vehicle. First property is add two more properties. First property is brand new vehicle. Checkbox. Control is checkbox. Second property is prior insurance. Prior insurance. That's it. Okay. Is brand new vehicle, checkbox. Prior insurance, radio button. Radio button, yes, no. Yes, no. What do you mean by is brand new vehicle? What we identify from that property? Yeah, this vehicle which we are insuring is a brand new vehicle or not? What do you mean by prior insurance? Does this vehicle has previously insurance applied or not? Suppose if it is a brand new vehicle, is it going to have prior insurance? Brand new vehicle got prior insurance. It's a brand new vehicle from showroom. Is it going to have prior
No.
insurance? So if it is
No.
brand new vehicle, will not display prior insurance. If it is not brand new vehicle, then only will display prior insurance. That we will work on later, not now. Okay. Write down further in the requirement. Write down further in the requirement. In the same screen, add claims properties. Add claims properties to get the previous claims details. To get the previous claims details. You know what do you mean by claim, right? See, when you are taking insurance, generally they will verify your previous claims. Correct? What are the parameters in this? What are the properties? Prior claims, write down. Properties are prior claims. Checkbox. Prior claims. Checkbox. Claim amount. Currency. First property is prior claims. Checkbox. Second property is claim amount. Currency. Claim date. Claim date. Claim date. Last property is claim reason. Claim reason. Maintain these properties in a separate claims class. Maintain these properties in a separate claims data class. Maintain these properties in a separate claims data class. Requirement, everyone clear? Yeah, there is no calculation involved in this. No, maintain these properties in a separate claim data class. Claim data class. That should be data class only. Out of inheritance will maintain. So now in this requirement also you will get how to create a data class, how to create properties, how to create page. Whatever we have done again we'll do. Adding into UI. One more layout I am asking. How to add a new layout I will tell you now. See, in this requirement, these are new properties, but previous two properties is brand new vehicle, prior insurance. These are again part of personal vehicle only. So look at here how to implement this. Let me go ahead and adding. What is the requirement? This is done, right? Up to this it is done. So the requirement is adding two more properties. Two more properties into personal vehicle page. Generally, that means you will add into data class. Okay. Also, what we are going to do? Creating a new claims data class, comma, properties, and creating a new page in work class. Adding these properties, these claims properties in claims properties in the above screen, into a new layout. I'll show you. It is pretty straightforward layout. How to add? I'll show you. First, we'll do adding two new properties into data class. This is what I'm going to do now. This is what I'm going to work on first of all. Okay. So can you tell me the navigation how to add? Yeah, that is here. That is here available. I have pinned it. What is the navigation?
Yeah, create properties. Right click.
Create properties. Okay. Right click, create properties. And then you will get this screen. Add field. Add field. What is the first one? Is brand new vehicle. So here I have given spaces. Property name doesn't have spaces. What is the type of the property?
Boolean.
Boolean. This is Boolean. Checkbox, right? Checkbox means Boolean. Everyone clear with this? Boolean I am choosing. Next, one more property. What is another property? Prior insurance. So you know how to create a radio button control, right? Generally with other navigation. But here it is pick list. Where is it? Pick list. You need to choose
Okay.
pick list. So click on gear icon beside drop down. Beside drop down. Here is drop down, right? It says drop down list. You have a gear icon. Click on the gear icon. It will show you. Pick list means pick list can be a drop down. Pick list can be a radio button. Which one you want to choose is radio buttons. I have chosen it. This is the navigation provided here in this wizard. There you have straightforward. It is available. List of choices is yes. Another choice is no. This radio button has now two labels in the local list. One is yes. One is no. Let me submit that. Save this. Now are you going to get this page properties under page property which is already available? Will you be getting or not? So data mode, okay, let me refresh this. So if you go back and see here, personal vehicle. Do you have those properties? Is brand new vehicle prior emission? Same two properties also be available in commercial vehicle?
Yeah.
So you add in the class anything further you add, that will automatically come into pager. You cannot prevent. Okay, remember, we cannot prevent that. Done. So now creating claims data class. Creating claims data class. You need to guide me with the navigations. What is the navigation? Yeah, here you don't choose data also, no problem. Create
STFM hyphen data.
Generally we will select there in order to get it populated in the next screen. But if you don't select also, no problem, you can modify it. Here it should be data, right? Data dash, what is that? Claims. Copy the same and paste here. This is clear, everyone? So the navigation from same class will give you copied into here. But other class also you can modify still. Create and open. What are the options here? It's a concrete class version 0101 010101. This class does not belong to class. History tab, and then you fill it. You write down something meaningful. I cannot write down. So you should remember that you need to fill history tab. Otherwise you'll get error messages anyway. Save this. Fill history tab for your information and then fill history tab. Done, completed. Here I have put it. Okay. So this class is created. Next I want to create properties. How to create properties? Okay, this class also I am going to pin. So not required to access again and again. So if I pin it, that will be fine. It will be available here. So now properties, how to create?
Create properties. Yeah.
My typing. Properties. So what properties? Add field. First properties. Prior
Insurance.
claims. This is prior claims is a Boolean, right?
Yeah.
Next. First is prior claims and next is claim amount. See, claim amount, I want it to be currency. Claim amount is currency. Claim date. claim date. Claim date should be
Date
date
type.
only. It's not time, only date. That is fair enough. No time. Currency number. I will tell you how to get the dollar. This one. Claim date after claim reason. What should be the control? Text area. Text paragraph means you can write down a paragraph of text. Done. Save this. Now create a page property in work class. Now create a page property in work class for the referring to claims class. Referring to claim. So in the work class, I have to create. I will close this. Create. So you want to see the properties available here? Claims class available. So that's fair enough. And here you go. Data model create property.
Page.
And here you go. What is the name of the property?
Claim.
Claims details. You can give any name, make it something meaningful. Claims details. Create and open, and here you go. Correct? Claims details. So here you go, create and open. What is the property type? Single page, and the definition is STFM claims. Correct? Save this. Completed. Completed up. So property is completed. If you look at here, you have claims details, claim amount, claim reason, everything. Now redesign the existing section to add new properties and what? Claims, layout and properties. Claims, layout and properties. Add new properties. So existing section we need to open again and then make the modifications. You know how to open the existing section? Here you go. Click on this personal vehicle, it will open. Now see, two more properties I need to add, right? Two more controls first I'll add. First one is brand new vehicle. Next one is prior insurance. Brand new vehicle is checkbox. Other one is radio button, right? One checkbox will drag and drop. Where is it? Checkbox, and the other one is radio buttons. Will drag and drop. Done. So two controls you drag and drop. Okay, next double click on checkbox. You can understand it from the diagram. Background it is highlighted. What is the property? Personal vehicle dot is brand new vehicle. But unlike other properties, you will automatically get the label, right? Checkbox will not get label. You have to manually type it. Caption, right? So select this if the vehicle is
Brand new.
Brand new from showroom. Like this, you can manually type it. Okay, now submit this. This is clear, makes sense, everyone? Now radio button. Double click on radio button, and here personal vehicle dot, what is that? Prior insurance. This will automatically get. Okay, no need to bother about it. Only checkbox, labels will not come. You have to manually type lengthy text if you want to type. Okay, up to this is okay. Save this. Now add one more layout. Now adding new layout. Go to layout tab and drag and drop a dynamic layout. I will talk about what is dynamic layout and all later. Look at here. This is layout tab and here dynamic layout, right? So you need to drag and drop. Where you should drag and drop is outside the current layout. This is current layout. Inside also you can drag and drop, but you should not. You have to drag and drop outside. Release it. Now you have one more layout. Like this, you can add a number of layouts. I don't know maximum number. So this layout will have a, you know how to give the header text to the layout? This layout says
Oh,
provide personal vehicle details. This layout says prior claims details. Provide prior claims details. I am not going to give the screenshots of this labeling and all. So this is how in one screen you have multiple different layouts that can be seen. Okay, like this you can add a number of layouts. You go to Naukri, layout 1, layout 2, layout 3 will be there. Naukri registration form, right? Personal details is one layout. Next layout is maybe employment details. Next layout is education details. Like that, multiple layouts we are creating. Okay, now drag and drop controls into second layout. So I'll take more 5 minutes. Just time on. Let me do it quickly. And what is the first one? Checkbox, right? Prior claims. What is the next one? Claim date, date time, claim amount. What is claim amount? Text box. Yeah, text box only. You will enter. Claim reason is text area. Text area. Claim reason is text area. Like this, you need to drag and drop. So checkbox, you have to double click on this, and this is claims details dot prior claims, correct? So please select if
you have any
you
claim.
have previous claims, not you have. If vehicle has previous claims. So this is the one which has to be selected. Next one is claim date. So after that, hey, did I select something wrong? Okay, I'll just move it up. So this is done. You can move inside the section also. Next one is claims details dot claim amount. So and then claim amount. One second, hang on. Do you have anything related to currency here? Context to for zero advanced text. Okay, I will tell you later then. Control format text. Okay, I will tell you maybe it is another option. Okay, so claim amount. Claim amount. Submit this. And what is the next one? Claim reason. So the next one is claim reason. Done. So now let me align these controls properly. I am going to choose other and I'm going to choose stacked with label. You can choose anything, it's up to you. This is not much important. Now your section is ready. See, we will create flow action, add into flow later. For example, suppose you want to, for testing purpose, you can run the section also, just to see the preview. You can preview the screen. This is the preview of your screen. Provide bus vehicle details, win company model make year, this one and that one. Provide prior claims details, this one and that. Okay, this is clear everyone. So like this is the preview of the screen. You can still string these controls to half portion of the screen like that we can do, but we will do it later, not now. How to maintain data into master table? Okay, we will do that. That is not now. We will be working on those requirements going forward. We didn't see even creating table. So this is basically how to create user interface using single value properties, using page properties. We will extend this requirement, what we have done today, tomorrow, and that is completed. We'll see tables and how to populate from tables and all. We'll see. Okay, this is clear, everyone. So we didn't see today much technical. We did understand about what is what. What is that? Everything into work table only, because it is there under which class? Work class. So it will go into work table only. Existing layout, you want to insert data or controls? Which one you are asking about? If you want to insert data into existing layout, what do you mean by data into layout? New properties. We will see. We will update. He is asking about new properties. We have added again new properties into existing layout only. Right? You can add. So for today we'll wind up. We'll continue tomorrow to work on further in the visibility conditions and all. We'll complete and we will give a second. With that our templates will be completed. These are all part of requirement as well as templates of learning going forward. We will do this many times going forward. Which one? We will work on. Not. It will take time to learn each and everything slowly. Okay, you can wind up for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
This conference will now be recorded.
మీరు గుర్చేయాలి మీకు చూపి